My particular role is looking for high-value, big-dollar projects throughout the entire organization to focus on and use data to drive insight and business decisions. Numbers are solid, they're firm, and they're not an opinion. When you start looking into the data side of business and doing the math that goes along with the data, it's really hard for people to say what you're presenting or what your idea is wrong or doesn't add the value that they think that it will. A professional data scientist is someone who carries 3 skills, one of which is a programming or a very technical background. The second is mathematics and statistics. Without those, your data-driven decisions can start being questioned, and we don't want that. And then thirdly, communication. When I was in my management information systems classes, we learned about programming, we learned about Java, we learned about HTML and some of the basics, but the thing about programming is that once you learn one language, you start to realize that all of the languages are very, very similar. They all do the same thing, and it's just syntax that's different. So whenever you have a good mentality of how programming works and what it can be used for, then you can start to use your math within your programming, and then your communication skills just kind of slides right on top. So those 3 things I learned at my time here at Bauer, and I'm very thankful for all the professors I had that taught me those 3 things. Music and rock climbing are 2 of my top hobbies. So my first guitar was my mother's guitar. It was a Yamaha acoustic guitar, and it was right-handed and I'm left-handed. And I did not know that there was a difference between right-handed and left-handed guitars. And since then I kind of collect them, and I've played in several bands in middle school and in high school and actually in college. I really enjoy rock climbing, whether it's outside or in a gym. I was a Boy Scout, I'm an Eagle Scout, so I still continue to like to do wood carving sorts of things and camping. I would say you could do it inside, but it's just so much more fun to do outside. Plus all the tools are outside. Learning does not stop when you leave school, especially if you're trying to pursue some sort of data job. It is constant. It is always maturing and growing. And also, I know that people throw the term out, networking, like you need a network. I don't really like that term. Have relationships with people. Grow your friend base. You have this toolbox, I would say, of skills that you have when you come out of school, and they're kind of like what I would call the industry standard way of solving things, or the textbook way of solving things. And for the most part, the reason why they're in textbooks is because they're correct. They are a way to do something. But if you try to become more creative in the way that you solve a problem, especially when it comes to data, you find that sometimes what you think would have been the solution, or that would have been the outcome of your model or whatever you're doing at work, you see that it actually is not, because you've hit it in a different angle. You've approached it in a different way. And when you do that, you start to see that sometimes the response or the outcome is different. And sometimes it can be bad, but a lot of the times it's good. To be creative and still have this sort of mathematical view on how things work can be a challenge, but it also can be very, very fun and very valuable.